The video on Tana's phone played again. She'd watched it 17 times now. Each time, hoping she'd see something different. Each time, the same scene. Kong Min, younger and angrier than she'd ever seen him, threatening a beautiful blonde woman who'd disappeared days later. Her husband shifted in his sleep beside her. His tattooed arm tightened around her waist, pulling her closer. The same arm that had been captured on video, saying words that made her blood run cold. "Touch me again, and you'll regret it." The blonde woman, Elise, had laughed in his face. "I know what you did. I know who you really are." Tana's phone buzzed. Another message from the unknown number. Asterisk still awake? Good. You should be. Check your email. I sent you something else. After you see it, we need to talk. Tomorrow. 2 p.m. Riverside Park, North Bench. Come alone. Don't tell him. If you do, you'll never know the truth. Asterisk. Her hands trembled. Kong Min's breathing stayed steady against her neck. She had a choice to make. The kind of choice that would define everything that came after. Trust the man she married. Or trust the stranger who claimed to have answers. She opened her email. Welcome back. Because part 1 was just the beginning. And the truth? It's so much darker than you think. Tana didn't sleep. By the time dawn crept through their bedroom windows, she'd watched the new video 12 times. This one was longer, clearer, and it changed everything. The video showed Kong Min and Elise in what looked like a Paris apartment. High ceilings, expensive furniture, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the Seine. Elise was crying. Not hysterical like Marvis had been. Quiet, broken tears. "You promised me," she said in French-accented English. "You said if I helped you, you'd protect me. You said your family would keep me safe." Kong Min's voice was different. Younger. Less controlled. "I said we'd try. There's a difference. They're going to kill me." Her voice cracked. "Your brother's people know I talked to the police. They know I gave them documents. I'm dead, Min. I'm dead because I trusted you. You're not dead. You're dramatic." But his face looked worried. Guilty, even. "Look at me." Elise grabbed his shirt. "Look at me and tell me you'll protect me. Promise me." A long pause. Then, "I can't promise that." She slapped him. The same slap from the first video. What happened next made Tana's stomach turn. Kong Min grabbed Elise's wrist hard enough to make her cry out. "You don't get to put your hands on me because you're scared. You knew what you were getting into. You knew my family. You knew the risks. I knew you'd protect me." Elise sobbed. "I thought you loved me. I never said that. You didn't have to." She pulled away from him. "But now I see. You're just like them. Just like your brother. Just like your father. You use people and throw them away. That's not fair." "Fair?" Elise laughed bitterly. "You want to talk about fair? I gave up everything for you. My safety. My future. And you can't even promise to protect me. Because I might not be able to." His voice rose. Real emotion breaking through. "Because if my brother finds out I was the one who told you which documents to take, he'll kill us both. Because I'm trying to get you out of the country without getting myself killed in the process. So forgive me if I can't make promises I might not be able to keep." The video cut to black. A new message appeared on Tana's phone. Asterisk this was 3 days before she disappeared. Police found her apartment empty. No body. No evidence. Just gone. Your husband was the last person to see her alive. And he never reported her missing. Funny, right? Asterisk. If you're already spiraling, hit that subscribe button because this is about to get so much worse. I promise you, you're not ready. Asterisk asterisk. Tana stared at the ceiling. Her mind raced through possibilities, each one worse than the last. Kong Min woke slowly. Stretched. Kissed her shoulder. "You're up early." Couldn't sleep. Her voice sounded hollow even to herself. He propped himself up on one elbow, studying her face. Those dark eyes that could read her like a book. What's wrong? Nothing. Just thinking about everything with Marvis. A lie. Her first real lie to him. His jaw tightened at Marvis's name. She's getting the help she needs. We can move on now. Can we? The question came out sharper than intended. Kong Min's eyes narrowed. What does that mean? It means, she stopped. Took a breath. It means I keep wondering if there are other things you haven't told me. Other situations like Marvis. I told you. There have been others who became obsessed. I didn't think I needed to give you a full dossier of every unstable person I've encountered. What about people who weren't unstable? What about relationships that ended badly? His face went very still. Why are you asking? Because I'm your wife. Because after everything with Marvis, I realize I don't actually know much about your past. Your real past. You know everything important. Do I? She sat up, pulling the blanket around herself. Do I know about Paris? About the woman you left behind when you moved to the States? The change in him was immediate. His entire body went rigid. His face drained of expression, becoming the cold mask she'd seen in the videos. Who told you about Paris? His voice was dangerously quiet. Does it matter? Yes, it matters very much. He got out of bed, pacing. Who are you talking to, Tana? No one. Someone mentioned. Someone. He turned to face her. Someone is sending you information about me. Someone wants you to doubt me. And you're not telling me who. Her heart hammered. You're deflecting. I asked about Paris. About a woman named Elise. The name landed like a bomb. Kong Min stopped moving. For 5 long seconds, he just stared at her. Then he sat down heavily on the edge of the bed, head in his hands. Fuck, he breathed. Fuck. Tana waited. Her chest felt tight. Finally, he looked up. Elise was a mistake. A big one. And yes, I knew her in Paris. But not the way you're thinking. Then what way? It's complicated. Try me. He stood again. Started pacing. When I was 25, my father sent me to Paris to oversee our European acquisitions. It was supposed to be a promotion. A test to see if I was ready for more responsibility in the family business. Okay. What I didn't know was that my older brother, Junho, was using the Paris office to launder money. Millions. For investors who wanted their assets hidden from governments, ex-wives, business partners. It was illegal as hell, and it was happening right under my nose. Tana's stomach dropped. Elise worked in accounting. Kong Min continued. She was smart. Too smart. She figured out what Junho was doing. She came to me because she thought I was in on it. Were you? No. The word came out hard. I had no idea. When she showed me the evidence, I was horrified. But I was also trapped. Trapped how? Because if I exposed Junho, I exposed the family. My father. Our business partners. People who could destroy us. People who would destroy us. He rubbed his face. Elise wanted to go to the police. I convinced her not to. Why? Because I was trying to fix it quietly. I was working with lawyers, trying to unwind the transactions without triggering investigations. I thought I could make it go away. But she went to the police anyway. It wasn't a question. Kongmin nodded. She got scared. Started receiving threats. Emails. Phone calls. Someone broke into her apartment. She panicked and gave documents to a French investigator she knew. And your brother found out. Yes. What did he do? Kongmin was quiet for a long time. I don't know. Not exactly. But 3 days after she talked to police, she disappeared. Her apartment was cleaned out. No forwarding address. No trace. Did you look for her? Of course I looked for her. His voice rose. I hired private investigators. I filed missing persons reports. I contacted her family in Belgium. No one had seen her. It was like she'd vanished into thin air. Or someone made her vanish. His eyes met hers. Yes, that's what I'm afraid of. The room felt too small. Too airless. Did your brother kill her? Tana asked. I don't know. I've never asked. I'm terrified of what the answer might be. Jesus Christ, Min. After she disappeared, my father pulled me out of Paris immediately. Sent me to the States. Told me to start over. That the Paris situation was handled, and I was never to speak of it again. He sat beside her. So I didn't. I built a new life. I left that world behind. I tried to become someone better. But it followed you anyway. It always does. He took her hands. Tana, I swear to you, I didn't hurt Elise. I tried to protect her. I failed. And I've carried that guilt for 7 years. She wanted to believe him. God, she wanted to. Who's contacting you? He asked quietly. Who sent you information about Elise? I don't know. Unknown number. Show me. She hesitated. Then unlocked her phone and showed him the messages. Watched his face darken with each one. When he got to the video, he closed his eyes. Where did they get this? I don't know. This was recorded in Elise's apartment. Which means someone was there. Someone was watching us. His hands clenched. Or Elise gave someone access to her security cameras before she disappeared. They want to meet me. Today. 2 p.m. Riverside Park. No. The word was immediate and absolute. Min. No. You're not meeting some stranger who's been stalking us and sending you edited videos. They're not edited. You don't know that. You don't know anything about this person or what they want. He stood, already moving toward his phone. I'm calling my security team. Wait. She grabbed his arm. What if they actually know what happened to Elise? What if they have proof? Proof of what? Of whether your brother killed her. Or, she couldn't say it. Or whether I did. His voice was cold. The question hung between them. Is that what you think? He asked quietly. That I killed her? I think I don't know what happened in Paris. I think you have a family that makes people disappear. I think you have a brother who might be a murderer. And I think someone is trying very hard to make me doubt you. So you do doubt me. I'm trying not to. Her voice cracked. But you have to understand how this looks. The videos. The timing. The fact that you never told me any of this. I was protecting you from my past. Or protecting yourself from the truth. The words landed like a slap. Kongmin stepped back, face hard. If you believe I'm capable of murder, then we have bigger problems than whoever's sending you messages. I don't know what I believe anymore. Then figure it out. He grabbed his phone and wallet. I'm going to the gym. When I get back, I want to know if you're my wife or if you're building a case against me. He left. The apartment door closed with quiet finality. Tana sat in the silence, tears streaming down her face. Her phone buzzed. Asterisk trouble in paradise? Good. You're starting to see the cracks. 2 p.m. Don't be late. And Tana? Bring the ring. The one he proposed with. You're going to want to see the engraving inside. Asterisk. Comment below if you think Tana should go to that meeting. And smash that like button, because what happens next will blow your mind. Asterisk asterisk. Tana went. At 1:45 p.m., she stood in Riverside Park, staring at the north bench. Her wedding ring felt heavy in her pocket. She'd looked at the engraving that morning. The one Kongmin had told her said forever in Korean. Except she'd had it translated by 3 different sources. It didn't say forever. It said first, as in first wife, first love, first victim. She didn't know anymore. A woman approached. Tall, elegant, blonde hair in a sleek ponytail, designer clothes, expensive sunglasses. She sat down on the bench beside Tana without a word. For a long moment, neither spoke. Then the woman removed her sunglasses. Tana's heart stopped. The woman had the same bone structure as Elise from the videos. Same nose, same mouth, but older, harder. 7 years of hiding had carved lines into her face. Hello, Tana, Elise said. I'm sorry we have to meet like this. But you need to know what kind of man you married. Tana couldn't speak, couldn't breathe. I'm not dead, Elise continued calmly. Obviously, but Kongmin thinks I am. His brother thinks I am. And that's the only reason I'm still alive. How did I survive? I ran. The night before Junho's people came for me, someone tipped me off, told me to disappear immediately, gave me money, a fake passport, a contact in Brussels who could hide me. Who? I'll get to that. Elise pulled out a folder. First, you need to understand what Kongmin really is. What his family really does. She opened the folder. Documents. Bank statements. Photos. Emails. The Kong family doesn't just develop properties, Elise said. They move money for criminals. Warlords. Corrupt politicians. People who need their assets hidden and don't care how it's done. Junho runs that side of the business. Always has. Min said he didn't know. He lied. Elise's voice was flat. He knew. He approved transactions. He signed documents. He was in on it from the beginning. He just didn't want to admit it to his pretty girlfriend who thought he was a hero. Tana's world tilted. When I found out, I was horrified, Elise continued. I confronted him. He swore he'd stop. That he'd expose Junho and clean up the business. He promised to protect me. The video was me realizing he'd lied. That he had no intention of stopping anything. That he was just trying to keep me quiet until Junho could deal with me. You think Min was going to let his brother kill you? I think he was going to look the other way. Same thing. Elise's eyes were hard. 3 days after that video, Min showed up at my apartment. Professional. Armed. They said they were there to relocate me for my safety. But I'd seen what Kong family relocation looked like. People who got relocated didn't come back. How did you escape? I didn't sleep at home that night. I was at a friend's apartment. When I went back in the morning, my place had been cleaned out. Everything was gone. Like I'd never existed. Tana's hands shook. Who warned you? Elise was quiet. Then, Kong Min's father. The world stopped. What? Mr. Kong called me the night before. Told me to run. Said he couldn't stop Junho, but he could give me a head start. He said his youngest son had made a mess and innocent people shouldn't pay for it. Why would he do that? Because unlike his sons, Mr. Kong has a conscience. Buried deep, but it's there. Elise leaned forward. He gave me enough money to disappear. Told me to never contact anyone from my old life. And I haven't. Until now. Why now? Because when I saw your wedding announcement online 6 months ago, I realized Kong Min had moved on. Built a new life. Found a new woman to lie to. And I couldn't let it happen again. So you've been stalking us. I've been watching. Making sure you were safe. Making sure he didn't turn you into another victim. I'm not a victim. Not yet. Elise handed her a document. This is a police file from Paris. Never officially opened because the family paid to bury it. It details payments Kong Min authorized to known criminals. Money laundering. Tax evasion. Fraud. He wasn't an innocent bystander, Tana. He was a willing participant. Tana stared at the papers. Evidence of crimes. Of lies. Of a life she'd never known existed. And this, Elise handed her a photo. A young Korean woman. Beautiful. Smiling. This is Ji-woo. She dated Junho 5 years ago. Threatened to expose the family business. She disappeared too. Body was never found. You think? I think the Kong family doesn't leave loose ends. And I think your husband learned from his brother. Elise stood. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm giving you information. What you do with it is up to you. Why should I believe you? You're a stranger. You could be lying about all of this. I could be. But ask yourself, why would I? What do I gain from this? I'm already dead to everyone from my old life. I have a new identity. A new life in Brussels. I'm safe. I'm risking that safety by being here. Then why are you? Because 7 years ago, I was you. I was in love with a man who seemed perfect. Who promised me the world. And I almost died because I trusted him. Elise put her sunglasses back on. I won't let that happen to someone else. She started to walk away. Wait, Tana called. The ring. You said something about the ring. Elise turned back. The engraving. It says first in Korean, not forever. Did he tell you why? No. Because you're not his first wife. That was Yuna. They married when he was 23 in Korea. Arranged marriage. She wanted out of the family business. Wanted to expose everything to authorities. Elise's voice dropped. She died in a car accident 3 months later. Brakes failed. Very convenient. The world spun. Check Korean marriage records, Elise said. Kong Min-jun and Lee Yuna. Married March 2019. Deceased August 2019. Then ask your husband why he never mentioned her. She walked away, disappearing into the crowd of park visitors. Tana sat on the bench, documents in her lap, mind racing. Her phone rang. Kong Min. She stared at his name on the screen. Answered. Where are you? His voice was tight. Out. Running errands. Don't lie to me, Tana. Where are you? Her blood ran cold. How do you know I'm lying? Because I know you. And because my security team just sent me a photo of you sitting on a park bench with a blonde woman. A woman who looks remarkably like Elise. Her heart stopped. You're having me followed? I'm having you protected. There's a difference. Is there? Her voice rose. Because it feels like you're spying on me. Who was that woman? Tana looked at the documents in her lap. The evidence. The lies. The ring in her pocket that said first instead of forever. She thought about Elise. About Yuna. About Marvis. About all the women who'd gotten too close to Kong Min and paid for it. Your past, she said quietly. That was your past coming back. Silence on the other end. Come home, he said finally. Right now? We need to talk. Do we? Or do you need to control the narrative? Tana, tell me about Yuna. The silence stretched so long she thought he'd hung up. Then, you need to come home. Now. Did you kill her? Come home, and we'll talk. Did you kill your first wife, Min? I never killed anyone. His voice was raw. But if you're asking if I'm responsible for deaths, if I've made choices that led to people dying, then yes. I have blood on my hands. And I've spent 7 years trying to wash it off. Tears streamed down her face. I don't know who you are. Yes, you do. You know exactly who I am. You've always known. You just didn't want to see it. Maybe he was right. Maybe she'd seen the darkness in him from the beginning and chosen to call it intensity instead. Chosen to call his possessiveness love. Chosen to ignore the cold calculation in his eyes when he dealt with threats. I need time, she whispered. Time to what? Build a case? Plan your exit? Decide if I'm a monster. Time to think. Fine. Think. But do it here. At home. Where I know you're safe. Safe from who? From mysterious stalkers? Or from you? The question landed like a bullet. If you really believe I'd hurt you, he said quietly, then don't come home. Go somewhere safe. Call your family. Call the police. But if there's any part of you that still trusts me, that knows I would die before I let anything happen to you, then come home and let me explain everything. The line went dead. Tana sat in the park, documents burning in her hands. She had a choice to make. Go home to her husband, to the man who might be a killer, to the darkness she'd married, or run, like Elise had run, like Una never got the chance to. Her phone buzzed one more time. Unknown number. Asterisk, you have the evidence. You have the truth. What you do with it defines who you are. Choose wisely. And Tana? Check his office. Bottom drawer of his desk. There's a file labeled contingency plans. Open it. Then decide if you're his wife or his next victim. Asterisk. Like this video if you think Tana should run. Comment if you think she should confront him. And subscribe because part 3 is going to be absolutely insane. The truth is darker than anything you imagined. Asterisk asterisk. Tana didn't go home. She went to a hotel. Checked in under a fake name. Paid cash. Turned off her phone. She spread Elise's documents across the bed and read every single page. Bank transfers from Kong Min's accounts to shell companies. Emails discussing asset relocation and problem resolution. Photos of him meeting with men who looked like they killed people for a living. And buried at the bottom of the folder, a photocopy of a death certificate. Lee Una. Age, 24. Cause of death, motor vehicle accident. Brake failure. The investigating officer's notes were attached. Handwritten. Skeptical. Asterisk brake line showed signs of tampering. Cut marks inconsistent with wear. Vehicle recently serviced. Brakes certified functional 3 days before accident. Husband declined autopsy. Family paid substantial settlement to close investigation. Case closed per family request. Asterisk. Tana read it 3 times. Then she threw up in the hotel bathroom. When she was done, she sat on the cold tile floor and cried. For Una. For Elise. For Marvis. For herself. For loving a man who might be a monster. Her phone, still off, sat on the bathroom counter. She knew the moment she turned it on, Kong Min would track it. Would find her. Would convince her to come home with that voice that made her forget to be afraid. But she couldn't hide forever. She turned on the phone. 17 missed calls from Kong Min, 9 voicemails. 32 text messages. The most recent, sent 10 minutes ago. Asterisk, I know you're reading this. I know you're scared. I know you think I'm a monster. But before you decide I'm the villain, you need to know something about Elise. She's not the innocent victim she pretends to be. She's the reason Una died. And if you're with her right now, you're in danger. Call me. Please. Asterisk. Tana's hands shook. A knock at the hotel door made her jump. Housekeeping. A male voice called. I don't need anything, she called back. Complimentary turn-down service, ma'am. Something felt wrong. Hotels didn't do turn-down service at 4 p.m. She looked through the peephole. A man in a hotel uniform stood there. Asian. Tall. Broad shoulders. He looked up at the peephole. And smiled. It wasn't a friendly smile. Tana backed away from the door slowly. Grabbed her bag. The documents. Looked for another exit. The hotel room had no balcony. One door. Ground floor. The window. She unlocked it. Slid it open. Climbed through just as she heard the hotel door lock click open. Someone had a key. She ran. Through the hotel parking lot. Past confused guests. Into the street. A black car pulled up beside her. Window rolled down. Kong Min. Get in the car, he said. Right now. Did you send someone to my hotel room? What? No. What are you talking about? A man. Asian. Tall. He had a key to my room. Kong Min's face went white. Get in the fucking car, Tana. Now. The urgency in his voice, the fear, made her decision. She got in. He drove. Fast. Checking mirrors constantly. Who was at my hotel? She asked. Probably one of Junho's people. He knows you met with Elise. He knows she's alive. And he knows she has documents that could destroy the family. How does he know I met with her? Because I'm not the only one who has you followed. My brother has eyes everywhere. He's been tracking this situation since Marvis started her campaign. He knows everything. So he sent someone to what? Kill me. Probably to search your belongings. Find out what Elise gave you. But if you'd been there. He didn't finish the sentence. Tana's blood ran cold. Where are we going? Somewhere safe. Somewhere Junho doesn't know about. Your family's safe house? Where you probably took Una before she. Don't. His voice cracked. Don't finish that sentence. Did you kill her, Min? Did you cut her brake lines? He pulled over. Sudden. Hard. The car screeched to a stop on the side of the highway. He turned to face her. His eyes were wet. I loved Yuna, he said quietly. I know you don't believe me. I know everything points to me being a monster. But I loved her. And I tried to save her. From what? From my family. From the business. From Junho. He wiped his face. Yuna was arranged marriage. Our families decided when we were children. I didn't want it. She didn't want it. But we both did what was expected. What happened? We became friends. Then more than friends. She was smart. Funny. She saw through all the family bullshit. And she wanted out. She wanted us to run away together. Start over somewhere they couldn't find us. Why didn't you? Because I was a coward. Because I thought I could fix things from the inside. Because I believed I could protect her while still being loyal to my family. His voice broke. I was wrong. Junho killed her. I don't know. I've never been able to prove it. But her brakes were fine when she drove to my apartment the night before. And the next morning they failed on the highway. What was she doing the night before? Telling me she was pregnant. The world stopped. What? Yuna was pregnant. 2 months. She wanted to keep the baby. Wanted us to leave Korea together. And his voice cracked. I told her to wait. To give me time to handle things with the family. To let me set up finances so we could leave safely. And someone heard. My apartment was bugged. Junho had cameras, microphones, everything. He heard the whole conversation. He knew she was pregnant. Knew she wanted to expose the family. Knew I was planning to leave. So he killed her and your child. I can't prove it. But yes, I believe he did. Tears streamed down Kong Min's face. Real, raw grief. After she died, I broke, he said. Completely. I disappeared for 3 months. My family thought I was suicidal. Maybe I was. When I came back, I made my father a deal. I'd stay in the family. I'd work for the business. But I wanted out of Korea. I wanted to be sent somewhere far away where Junho couldn't reach me. So he sent you to Paris, where I walked into another nightmare. Elise. Elise was supposed to be simple. A fling. Someone to help me forget. But she was too smart. She figured out what Junho was doing. And history repeated itself. Except this time you saved her. No. My father saved her. I was too paralyzed by guilt to do anything. I let him clean up my mess. Again. They sat in silence. Elise said you were in on the money laundering. Tana said finally. That you approved transactions. I signed papers. I didn't read them all. I was grief-stricken and drinking myself to death and signing whatever was put in front of me. By the time I realized what I'd been authorizing, I was in too deep. You could have stopped. Could I? You think my family lets people just walk away? You think Junho would have said, okay, you're right, this is wrong, let's stop? So you stayed. And people died because of it. Yes. His voice was hollow. People died. And I carry that. Every single day. It's why I left. It's why I came to the States. It's why I volunteer at hospitals and try to do something good with my life. It's penance. It'll never be enough, but it's all I have. Tana's head spun. Why didn't you tell me any of this? Because I wanted to be different with you. I wanted to be the man you saw when you looked at me. The good man. The hero. Not the broken, guilty, blood-stained mess I actually am. You lied to me. I protected you from the worst of me. There's a difference. No, there isn't. She was right. They both knew it. What about the ring? She asked. Why does it say first? He looked away. Because I'll never stop loving Yuna. She was my first love. My first wife. And even though I love you, desperately, completely, there's a part of me that still belongs to her. The engraving was my way of being honest. Of admitting I'm not whole. You should have told me. I know. You should have told me everything. I know. I don't know if I can forgive this. I know. He looked at her finally. But I need you to survive this. Whatever happens between us, whether you leave me or stay, you need to survive. Because Junho knows Elise gave you documents. And he will come for you. Why? Because you're evidence. You're a witness. You're a loose end. His voice hardened. And my brother doesn't leave loose ends. Subscribe now because part 3 is going to be explosive. Literally. Comment if you think Tana should stay or run. And like this video if your mind is completely blown. Asterisk asterisk. They didn't go to a safe house. They went to Kong Min's lawyer's office. The same severe Korean woman who'd helped destroy Marvis. Ms. Park looked at the documents Elise had provided. Her face remained neutral, professional. These are legitimate, she said finally. And they're enough to open criminal investigations in 3 countries. If these go public, The Kong family is finished. Which is why Junho will do anything to get them back, Kong Min said. What do you want me to do? Ms. Park asked. Make copies. Put them in safety deposit boxes. Give them to journalists with instructions to publish if anything happens to us. Create a dead man switch. That will make you a target. I'm already a target. This makes me dangerous. There's a difference. Ms. Park nodded. I'll handle it. But you need to understand, once we do this, there's no going back. Your family will come for you. Both of you. They're already coming. Ms. Park looked at Tana. You understand what you're signing up for? A life of looking over your shoulder. Constant security. Never knowing who to trust. This is your last chance to walk away. Tana thought about Yuna. About the baby who never got to be born. About Elise, hiding in Brussels for 7 years. About Marvis, broken and institutionalized. About all the women who'd paid for loving dangerous men. I'm staying, she said quietly. Kong Min's hand found hers under the table. Squeezed. Then we move fast, Miss Park said. I'll have everything secured by tomorrow. In the meantime, you need protection. Real protection. I have people, Kong Min started. Your people report to your father, who reports to Junho when it's convenient. You need independent security. I have contacts. Former military. They don't answer to anyone but me. Do it. They left the office 3 hours later. The sun was setting. The city looked beautiful and dangerous. A black SUV followed them. That's Junho, Kong Min said quietly. How do you know? Because my brother drives a Mercedes S-Class. Black. Tinted windows. License plate ending in 88. That's him. Tana's heart raced. What do? We don't run. Running makes you pray. He kept driving. Normal speed. Calm. We go home. We act normal. And we wait for Ms. Park's people to arrive. And if he makes a move before then? Kong Min reached into the center console. Pulled out a gun. Tana's eyes went wide. You have a gun in the car? I have guns in several cars. And the apartment. And my office. He looked at her. I told you. I've been preparing for this moment for 7 years. I knew eventually Junho would come for me. Because you betrayed the family. Because I'm a loose end. The SUV followed them all the way home. Parked across the street when they entered their building. Inside the apartment, Kong Min locked every door. Checked every window. Set the alarm. There are panic buttons in every room, he told Tana. Red circles on the walls. You hit one. Armed security arrives in 90 seconds. You planned for this. I planned for everything. They stood in their luxury apartment, the home they'd built together, and it felt like a prison. Tana's phone rang. Unknown number. She answered on speaker. Hello, sister-in-law. A man's voice. Korean accent. Cold amusement. I believe you have something that belongs to my family. Junho. I don't know what you're talking about, Tana said. Yes, you do. The documents. The evidence. The lies my brother has been spreading about our business. A pause. I want them back. They're already copied. Already distributed. You can't stop what's coming. Junho laughed. You think you're the first person to threaten me? You think I'm afraid of some papers? I've made bigger problems disappear. Like Yuna? Silence. Then, my brother told you about that? How sweet. Did he tell you it was his fault? That if he'd handled things properly, she'd still be alive? He told me you killed her. I did what was necessary to protect the family. Just like I'll do what's necessary now. You have 24 hours to return the documents. All copies. All evidence. If you don't, he paused. Well, ask Elise what happens to women who threaten the Kong family. Oh wait. You can't. Because she's been dead for 7 years. Elise is alive. Another pause. Longer this time. Is she? Junho's voice went cold. Interesting. You know, I always wondered if father let her go. I thought I was imagining things. But if she's alive, a soft laugh. Then I have 2 loose ends to tie up instead of 1. Thank you for the information. The line went dead. Tana looked at Kong Min, horror dawning. I just told him Elise is alive. He already knew. The men following us, they saw your meeting in the park. They probably already have people looking for her. We have to warn her. We will. But first we survive tonight. The lights went out. Emergency lights kicked in. Red glow. Alarm blaring. He cut the power, Kong Min said. He's coming. Part 3 drops in 72 hours, and it's going to be insane. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Comment survive if you want Tana to make it out alive. This is about to get intense. Asterisk asterisk. In the darkness, Tana heard it. The sound of their front door lock clicking open. Someone had a key, or didn't need one. Kong Min grabbed her hand, pulled her toward the bedroom, locked the door, moved a heavy dresser in front of it. There's a safe room, he whispered. Behind the closet. Biometric lock. Your fingerprint is registered. When did you? The day we moved in. I've been preparing for this. They moved through the dark bedroom, into the walk-in closet. Kong Min pressed his thumb to what looked like a normal wall panel. It slid open. A small room. Reinforced walls. Screens showing security camera feeds. Weapons locker. Emergency supplies. How long have you been planning this? Tana whispered. 7 years. On the security screens, she saw them. 3 men. Moving through their apartment. Professional. Efficient. Armed. Looking for them. One of them spoke into a radio. Korean. Kong Min's face went white. What? Tana asked. What did he say? He said they're not here to retrieve documents. They're here to eliminate the problem. Eliminate us. They're here to kill us. The men moved through the apartment systematically, checking every room, getting closer. The bedroom door handle rattled. Then the sound of something heavy ramming against it. The dresser wouldn't hold long. Kong Min opened the weapons locker, pulled out 2 guns, handed one to Tana. You know how to use this? No. Safety off. Point. Squeeze trigger. Don't hesitate. These men won't. The bedroom door crashed open. Footsteps in the bedroom. Getting closer to the closet. Kong Min positioned himself in front of Tana. Gun raised. If anything happens to me, he whispered, there's a tunnel. Behind that panel. He pointed. Leads to the building next door. Run. Don't look back. Ms. Park's number is programmed in your phone under Mom. Call her. She'll protect you. Min. I love you. I'm sorry for everything. But I love you. The closet door opened. A man stood there. Gun raised. He saw the open panel. The safe room. Smiled. Raised his weapon. Kong Min fired first. The sound was deafening in the small space. The man dropped, shouting from the bedroom. More footsteps running. Go, Kong Min said. Now. I'm not leaving you. Go. He pushed her toward the tunnel panel. It slid open. Dark passage beyond. 2 more men burst into the closet. Gunfire. So loud. So close. Tana stumbled backward into the tunnel. Watched in horror as Kong Min took a bullet to the shoulder. Kept firing. Dropped 1 man. The other dove behind the closet doorframe. Run! Kong Min screamed. The tunnel panel started closing automatically. The last thing Tana saw was her husband, bleeding, firing at shadows, buying her time. Then darkness. She ran. The tunnel was narrow. Pitch black. She used her phone flashlight. Kept running. Behind her, muffled gunshots. Shouting. She ran faster. The tunnel opened into a basement. Storage unit. She burst through, gasping. Found stairs. Climbed. Emerged in an alley behind a neighboring building. Police sirens in the distance. Someone must have called about the gunfire. Her phone rang. Ms. Park. Where are you? The lawyer demanded. I don't know. An alley. Behind our building. Stay there. I have people 2 minutes away. Do not move. Do not call anyone else. Kong Min, he's. I know. We're sending people for him too. Stay put. The line went dead. Tana crouched in the alley, shaking, gun still in her hand, covered in dust from the tunnel. A black van pulled up. Door opened. A woman in tactical gear jumped out. Tana Williams? Yes. Come with me. You're not safe here. Tana got in the van. 3 other operators in tactical gear. Armed. Professional. They drove. What about my husband? Tana asked. Team is extracting him now. He's injured but alive. We're taking you both to a secure location. Where? You'll see. 20 minutes later, they pulled into what looked like an abandoned warehouse. Inside, it was a fully equipped safe house. Medical facility. Command center. Everything. Kong Min was already there. Shirt off. Medic working on his shoulder wound. He looked up when Tana entered. Relief flooded his face. She ran to him. He pulled her close with his good arm. You're okay, he breathed. Thank God. Your shoulder. Through and through. I'll be fine. He looked at Ms. Park, who stood nearby. Status. The documents are secured. Journalists have copies with dead man switches. If anything happens to either of you, everything goes public. Junho. In the wind. But his men are dead. All 3. Your apartment is a crime scene. Police are calling it a home invasion. We're controlling the narrative. And Elise. We sent a team to Brussels. She's secure. Under our protection. Kong Min nodded. Winced as the medic stitched his shoulder. What now? Tana asked. Miss Park looked at them both. Now you decide. You can run. New identities. New lives. We can make you disappear, so completely not even Junho will find you. Or, Kongmin asked, or you fight. You use the evidence. You destroy your family from the inside. You become the hero instead of the villain. Kongmin looked at Tana. Your choice. She thought about Yuna. About the baby. About Elise hiding for 7 years. About Marvis destroyed by obsession. About Ji-woo, whose body was never found. About all the victims of the Kong family empire. We fight, she said quietly. Kongmin smiled. Tired. Bloody. But real. Then we fight. Outside, dawn broke over the city. Somewhere across town, Junho got a message. A document dump. Evidence of decades of crimes. Sent to every major news organization. The fall of the Kong Empire had begun. But in a penthouse across the city, an older Korean man, Kongmin's father, sat reading the same documents. And smiled. Because he'd been waiting 7 years for his youngest son to finally fight back. Now the real war could begin. The screen faded to black. A final text appeared. Asterisk, sometimes the only way to kill a monster is to become one yourself. Asterisk. Part 3. The war, coming soon. Subscribe now. Comment if you think they'll survive. Like if you're ready for the final battle. Because Part 3 is going to be explosive. Asterisk asterisk.